What happened today? Man, the market just ripped off of a 7.7 CPI. Who would have thought, right? 7.7 really means what? 1 month. 1 month where inflation went down, almost nothing, right? 7.7. So the way I want you to kind of register 7.7 is imagine CPI was at 8%. Okay. So somebody had you underwater for 8 minutes and now they only had you underwater for 7.7 minutes. It's still a big number. So don't get fooled. But let's go through the charts. We have to understand what's going on. There's a possibility here that we are going to go up, and I'm going to show you why. So let's start with Apple. So I got Apple on the chart. Hey, appreciate you guys subscribe. Thank you very much for the reminder. So here we go with Apple. Apple rallied up like everybody else, right? So people were just buying. This was actual people buying. There was not a lot of machines today. Okay, that's the consensus out there. If you guys don't know what the machines are, okay, sign up to the bull ring. I'll help you understand. Like if you're trading, you are actually trading against machines. So Apple, look at this area here. Okay, we have a gap. There's a lot of room to run up till about, well, let's say 157. Okay, so we're currently at 146. We can run up to 157. What happened with all the purchases that came in is they took out a lot of bears and a lot of orders were kicked out. And obviously, if some people were shorting, they got the short end of the stick, right? Interesting. All right. So anyways, Apple has a gap. We come over to Amazon. Okay. Same thing. Look at that red candle area in here. Okay. This is a very tricky area because this could run up to about there, which is 121. So if you understand trades, you understand how gaps work, you know that there is no more selling going on in here. And if people are buying, it's going to just run up, okay? Here's a very interesting one because I know a lot of people play this, especially in the bull ring, is QQQ, okay? It's got a little bit of resistance here. All right, if I go across, okay, you can see after about 284, 285, look at that. There's not going to be a lot of resistance for a while. As a matter of fact, okay, and this is just me, okay, I could be wrong. You could see QQQQ head up to 310, but I think it might see about 300 at first, maybe 302. So this could be a runner here. Okay, so we have Meta's doing its thing. Okay, get rid of some of my old resistance there, lines. So same thing here. Look at Meta. Look at this gap. I mean, this is a great time if you guys understand how to trade, whether you're buying shares, common shares, or you're buying contracts. Okay, you can make some decent money for the year, end the year strong. So if you guys don't know how to do that, I'm gonna leave you a link below. I will teach you how to do it. Okay, this is an interesting time. Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft is one of my favorites. Look at this. There was a bear flag forming, just like that. Microsoft popped out of it because of news. Okay, so news drove this up. Now, the only concern I have, okay, and if you understand how to enter into stocks or options, okay, there is a nice little resistance line here, okay, for Microsoft, okay, and that has to be respected. So we had resistance up here, and the stock did what it did, going down. It came back up to test. It started being bullish, and it stopped there. Okay, now we are very close to that line. Will it happen again? Maybe. So in the meantime, let me open this up for you so you can see. Okay, it's got some room to run up until that resistance. So if we draw a line here, we're looking at about 244, maybe 245 area for Microsoft. So keep an eye out on that, because if Microsoft breaks out of there, it could be a runner as well. Google, poor Google, right? Such a huge stock, big market cap, but now it's finally kind of being taken out of the jail. And it could see a run to about 96, not too much. If it breaks 96, definitely could see 104, maybe 105, and then after that, who knows, it could pop. But I think there's going to be a lot of bears out there trying to bring this down tomorrow, so keep an eye out on that. I was trading Melly today. Melly popped out of its resistance a few days back, right? And then it just kind of been doing a little V action here. If you see this, came down. Now it popped up with the news, but then it came back down. I actually jumped into some shorts for Melly, but keep an eye on Melly. It's a great stock. Once we get out of the bear market, this is something that I'm going to invest in a little heavy for the future. Okay, so let's go over to some of the stocks that are going to make a lot of sense for you guys. If the market keeps ripping up and you have or you need to hedge, SQQQ might be a good entry for you. Or if you're just not sure, this is one that you can get into very cheap. So now I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody. If you're not trading because the market is volatile, okay, paper trade it. Paper trade. Don't sit on the sidelines. You have to practice, 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 practice. You're not going to get experience. You can't say I'm an experienced trader because I've been doing this for about 2 years. No. Have you been trading 10 to 20 times a day for 2 years? If not, you need to start with paper. Don't use your money. Okay. Something very important that you need to see today, CPI, right? Like I said, CPI data was released. And the last two releases, I'm not going to go back 12 months, but this makes a lot of sense where the trend was going. It kept going. So it fell and then it went down, right? It kept going down. Next time we release CPI data, here we go again. Popped up and it ran up. So then today, same thing. We released the data and now we popped up. Now, are we going to stay up? Well, there's a few things that we need to focus on, and here I'm going to show you. So I got a lot of stuff here on the screen, okay? But first, let me show you SPX the way I was playing it today, okay? And this happens, okay? So we had our pop-up over here, and I was watching it, okay? And then I saw we had a rising wedge. So I knew at some point it's going to fall, right? So if you're an experienced trader, then you understand that it's going to fall about this much, okay? So right from where it falls. So we're looking at about, sometimes you'll see about 75 to 85% of the measured move will be executed. So it did fall about 85%, okay? So then I told myself, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to watch the 50-day moving average on the 1 minute. Okay, because this is a strong day, so I knew once it goes under, okay, at some point it'll come back up. So I drew my support line where I thought, okay, if it breaks it, I'll jump in for a put. I did not jump into a put because it didn't last long down there. So then I just waited, and then I live in Florida. We're going through a hurricane today. I had to address some things around the home because of the hurricane. I missed this entry. So look at what happened after that. It just kept ripping and ripping and ripping. And I had a feeling this is going to happen. I'm going to show you why. So I charted it. Okay. Now I have some clouds here that I'm going to share with you. you can see the red clouds easy, right? It tells you we're in a negative or in a bearish momentum. Green, we're in a bearish, okay? Now, one of the things that I did notice, let me expand this a little bit for you, and I'll turn off my Ichi clouds, okay? Inverse head and shoulder, okay? We have an inverse head and shoulder happening, and the measured move from when I noticed it, okay, right at the head. Once we get out of that neckline, okay, we're in this area up here. Now, we have gap 1, we have gap 2, and I had a feeling this was going to happen, and it did. I missed it. It's okay. I get 252 chances a year, right? That's how many days you can trade. But look at this. Okay, this is gap 1, 39 cents to 39.45. If you were in the bull ring, I posted this in the bull ring. So if you guys want to get this information during the day, I'm going to leave you a link below. Sign up. You get 7 days for free. Okay. The next gap is 39.60 to 39.96. Okay. There's nothing here holding it back. It could make a rip up. Okay. Or it could continue all the way to here, about 4,100, which some of the analysts, if you follow CNBC or any other channels, they're saying the same thing. Okay. But for now, here's what I'm seeing. Okay, this is for tomorrow. Okay, can the market fall tomorrow? Absolutely. Everything can fall tomorrow. And let me show you a little bit of what I've seen. Let's just go back over here. So with Apple, right, just like I showed you guys, that always happens to me. Why? You know, we have resistance line, guys. You have to make sure that you're keeping an eye out on that, okay? Some of them were broken. Some of them are still there, okay? So you have resistance here, okay? Apple can run up, okay? But you also have to understand what's going on here, okay? So I have that resistance. So this area here, okay, it could run up like we see this red candle, right? But somewhere in here tomorrow, maybe 153, it could meet some resistance. So a lot of people that want to short the market still. Okay, CPI 7.7 is not enough yet. Okay, you want to be underwater for 7 minutes, or do you want to be underwater for 30 seconds, right? So you need CPI data to go down, but you might see a run up. Don't be surprised if you see a run up, because it's there. The gaps are there, so it might happen. What I would do is what I always tell everybody: play the lines. If you're good at the 1 minute, use the 1 minute. Use a 50-day average, okay? If you're good at the 5 minute, stick to your 5 minute, 15, whatever it is for you. If you need help with this, let me know. I can help you. I'm going to leave you guys a link below. I appreciate if you subscribe, like this, share this, so that you can help other folks not go into this market blind, okay? Leaving your links below. And I'm going to leave you an extra link for 25% off anything I'm selling. I've got some new courses I put up. I'll leave you a link as well on how to day trade, how to option trade for beginners. Okay, 25% off. You can't beat it. First 30 days, if you feel you didn't get the value you thought you were going to get out of these courses or out of the subscriptions, okay, you get your money back. So I hope this helps. And I hope to see you tomorrow green and end the week strong, guys. Appreciate you.